Alright, SawItTwice movie reviews here to do a review for the Lego Batman movie. Oh yeah, Lego Batman movie. Now, gotta admit, the trailers did not have me super excited for this movie. Yeah. But I'm a huge Batman fan. Love Batman, and I really became a big Batman fan because of the Arkham video games. That series I thought has been incredible, and it's really just helped me just really learn to love Batman and grow to love how awesome he is and all the great things about Batman. So, going into the Lego Batman movie where, you know, you can throw in as many Batman characters as you want, I thought, wow, there's some really cool things they could do here. But the trailers were actually, they kind of gave the right expectation for what this movie was going to be. Yes, I don't think a Lego movie of Batman should take itself too seriously. And I'm okay with it, you know, being funny and not being too serious and not being too complicated. I'm okay with all that. My kids really enjoyed it. They loved it. And that's all good. That's all good and fun. But what it did for me was it kind of gave me a ScoobyDoo experience. Alright? Now, when I was a kid, ScoobyDoo was life. I loved ScoobyDoo. That was the cartoon that I wanted to always be watching. So when I was in high school, a teenager, and they made a ScoobyDoo movie, you remember like the Freddie Prinze Jr. one? I thought, oh, that's so cool, a ScoobyDoo movie. And I go watch it, and I felt like it wasn't just having fun with Scooby-Doo and what Scooby-Doo is. I felt like it was making fun of Scooby-Doo. And so that was the experience I had with the Lego Batman movie. I felt like there was too much of just making fun of past Batman and who Batman is and a little bit here and there. I mean, you know, it's obviously what they were trying to do with this movie was for it to be a farce, right? Was for it to
Luckily for us, you left your costume back in... Oh, nope, under your clothes. That's perfect.
A spoof. There you go. It's meant to be a spoof. And I get that. But I just felt there was just too much. If it would have been done maybe a little bit sparingly or sporadically, then I think it would have been a little bit better and it would up its repeat value. Being a flat-out spoof through most of the movie, I felt like kind of took away from a chance at some goodness there. Now, expectations may have been a little high because I thought the Lego movie was a pretty well-done movie. And that was a movie I didn't expect a lot out of. So going into it, that's really what I was expecting. So on a second watch, I thought maybe I'd get more out of it. But the second time through, just the spoofness of it was just a bit much, to where I felt like it was just making fun of Batman, who I love and think is awesome. And so that was a little bit hard for me as a Batman fan watching that movie. Now, getting those, well, that's not all the negative things, but getting some of those negative things out of the way, I think it did have some really good humor. There were some really funny lines in this movie. The joke about the Doctor Who robots, that was great. And then just some great dialogue that I can't wait to watch again so that I can get some of those quotes down and get those one-liners that movie had some great ones of. But overall, it was a little disappointing that they didn't do a little bit more with it, okay? If you're going to be spoofing old Batman stuff, I think there's plenty of content back in, you know, some of the earlier years. You didn't need to go to making fun of Christopher Nolan's Bane. Right? Why would you go there? That was Dark Knight Rises. It's awesome. Oh, and then that's the one that they make fun of. That's the Bane that you're going to make fun of. So that wasn't my favorite. Having a Batman, Batgirl kind of love interest thing there, I didn't really love that. But I did love what they did with Alfred there at the end, which you can get away with in a Lego movie. So props to him for that. That was pretty cool. But for me, the most disappointing part of this movie was the Joker. I don't know if they like worked out some deal where they were like, okay, Jared Leto's Joker, not good, so we have to make one that's worse so people won't hate Jared Leto's Joker. So they got the Zach Galifianakis, that guy doing the voice of the Joker here. It's a hard name, sorry. He was not the Joker to me. hearing his voice, hearing the way those lines were read, it did not feel like the Joker to me. Now I understand you probably don't want to go all Heath Ledger with it and freak little kids out with a Lego Batman movie, so thank you for not doing that. But it just really missed the feel of the Joker to me, and not just in the representation of the portrayal done by the actor, the voice actor, but even in his motivation and his storyline. Yeah, wanting there to be a connection between Batman and Joker, okay, I get it. They made that work in the Arkham video games, I thought. They were obviously allowed to get on the creepier level, but I don't know. I had a hard time with it, and that to me was disappointing. That's what Joker was about, and that he was sad and crying that Batman wouldn't admit that he was his worst enemy. So that, yeah, disappointing to me. But getting all those disappointing things out of the way. So yeah, there were disappointing things, but I did think there were some great things. I mentioned that I loved the humor, some really funny lines, but also there's a cool message there about being able to let people into your lives, letting them into your hearts. So great takeaway message there, and that's pretty cool. So Lego Batman movie, yeah, it's worth the watch. It's worth the watch. Would I rank it up there with the classics? Does it go down in history as an all-time classic? Oh, maybe for some of the humor, but overall as a movie, I don't think so. But definitely worth a watch. And yeah, go tell me what you think of it. That's Lego Batman. Saw it twice.